It says I'm streaming on YouTube. I am just testing out Restream. I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. But we've got a new setup with cameras in the backyard for the raccoons and cats. So I figured I'd stream that, start, break the ice with a raccoon stream. And this camera down here is pointing to, it's my craft cabin. I have a craft cabin and an art studio that are attached to each other. And right now I'm at the desk in my craft cabin up at the house. If I look out the door, I can see the raccoons, but they're far on the other side of the yard, so. Here I am at my computer in my craft cabin, varnishing this. I'm just putting a few coats of varnish on this. I figured I'd test that camera out while I was doing this, so I'm killing a bunch of birds with one stone. I haven't done anything with my YouTube channel in years. I haven't uploaded any videos, I haven't done any lives, but that's going to change. I'd like to start using it again. I miss it. It was fun. Even if only a couple people showed up, it was still kind of fun. When you're home all the time, there's that feeling of isolation, but when you stream, other people are talking to you. They're there. It's kind of fun. Alright, I hope the volume is loud enough. I have it turned all the way up for this particular mic that I have, but the mic is about a foot away. I'll have to set up, do a better setup with the mic. But, like I said, I haven't done anything with any of this equipment in a long time. So tonight is really a test more than anything. Let's switch to the other camera for a second and look at the other angle. Let's see who we got here. Okay. Now if I go to my Wise app, I can move that camera down a little bit, so hopefully we can see who's hiding at the bottom of the screen there. Somebody else over here? Yeah, somebody else over there. Who is that, a cat? Couldn't tell. No, that's a raccoon. I can see by the tail. Come on back! Come on back! Okay, that looks like the limit of where I can lower the camera. Sitting on a fence post. Okay, now we'll switch back to the other camera, where the lighting is much better. Let me see if I can zoom in. I'm stretching the screen. Yeah, I kind of can. Luna wants to go in the house. I'll be right back. I gotta let her in. Well, that's cool. There we go. And now if I go back to that camera, I can adjust. There we go. That's a good view. Alright, so we got 4 raccoons right now. And Raven, who's always hanging out with them at night. She prefers the raccoons over other cats. Or people. Alright, Luna, you want to go inside? Come on. Luna scared off the raccoons. They'll be back. Come on, Luna. In the house. They got spooked, but they're used to Luna. They're not away for very long. They'll be back. So I'm just going to leave this running. Might as well while I'm sitting out here. Oh, the cat's back. Hi, several motion channel following with chat bots. Prices lower than any competitive qualities. Looks real convenient, automated. No, I don't know if this is a bot or someone's actually here. But if someone is actually here in Twitch, in the chat, I'm not looking for promotions. Thank you anyway. I just do this for fun and company. That's all. I'm not looking to make money or get viewers or anything like that. I have a handful of friends that may show up every now and then. It's just for my own benefit and something for my friends to do if there's nothing else going on. They're probably already gone. If it was actually a real person. Alright, let's see. Come on, guys, come on back. They don't go far. They just run to that wood line or up trees where they feel safe. And then they'll come back. I can't believe... You know, I should have known she was going to do that. She was crying to go in the house, and instead of going in the house, she went the opposite way and made a beeline across the backyard to chase raccoons, which she can't get to because the fence is there. You probably could see her running up to the fence if you were watching. But she tries anyway. All right, let's see how this thing is doing. Getting there. Just a little wet spot left. And it did self-level where I messed it up. And I added a little bit more to it. It's self-leveled. It's looking pretty good. I'm thinking one more coat might do it. It's not taking over here though for some reason. Oh, it looks like that's a bubble. A little bit of a bubble underneath there. But yeah, I had done some watercoloring. This is watercolor paper mounted on a piece of chipboard just today, and the watercolor paper was starting to curl. I did this, you know, months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago maybe. And I had it sitting on a shelf out here, and it was just all starting to curl inward. And I'm thinking, all right, well, let me get it on. I worked a long time on this. Let me get it on a piece of chipboard and varnish it and put it back on the shelf. So I think I'll do one, maybe two more coats of varnish. And let that sit overnight and then put it back on the shelf. In the meantime, my craft desk in my cabin here is an absolute disaster. It looks like a bomb went off. When I get in creative mode, I'm all about making stuff and not cleaning up after myself. So things kind of get out of hand. There's that cat again. There we go. Sure, right after I zoom back out. comes number 3. Let's see if 4 is still sticking around. Sometimes we have raccoons go right up that tree there. And we have a camera view. I love it when they stand up like that. That must be Ed messing with the camera from inside the house. Ed, what are you doing? Making me nauseous. Is he? Do I have this on? I have it on track motion. That's why. Let me shut track motion off. Okay, it wasn't Ed. I'm blaming Ed. And it was not Ed. It was the motion tracker. Oh, I'm so quick to blame Ed. Okay, how's this doing? I'm going to turn off my microphone for a second because I'm going to use the hairdryer on this. They heard that other raccoon coming and they all turned and looked. And he was at the wood line, and then the other one took off. So let's see what happens. Yep, here he comes. We'll put another coat of varnish on this. Okay, come number 4. I don't usually just drip it on there. I usually dip the brush in, but I'm running out of room on my desk here. Take a quick look, make sure that's spread evenly, and it does look like it is. Alright, let that one dry. Look at how shiny, ooh, shiny. Those brush marks, they'll settle. This is self-leveling. Alright, we'll see what this one looks like when it's dry. And if I feel like it, I'm going to put on another coat, or even 2. But I wait about 15-20 minutes between coats, unless I'm using the hairdryer. But I find that when I get like past the 3rd coat, if I use the hairdryer and try to rush it, I'll get like little lines and squiggles and separations in it. So I want it to be that smooth glass finish. So from here on out, I'm just going to let it naturally air dry. Boy, that gloss really makes the little bits of tiny micro glitter really pop. And the colors are really saturated. It's so cool. I love it. I'm thinking, this camera's just sitting on a fence post. I'm thinking, Ed, if you're here, I don't know if he's here or not, but I'm going to mention to him that when we mount it, because we are going to mount it, he mounts it down low on the post, or lower, so we can get more down to raccoon height. I think it would be more interesting if we did that. Get more up close. Go back to the other cam for a minute. See how it looks there. Getting a drink. Okay, I'm just checking the cameras. I was wondering if we could do something in HD. I think that's about as HD as it's gonna get. Okay, we got number 5 coming out of the woods, but 2 of them are leaving, so. Let's see if we get a better view with the other camera. Almost. Yeah, we need more lighting over here. I need to straighten up this desk. Yeah, they're gone. They're looking super fluffy with their winter coats. What's this doing? Alright, well that's dry, and I'm going to look at what my next thing is going to be. I'll fix that. Just one little dude left. They'll come and go. I'm waiting for one of the possums to show up. Something spooked him. I don't know what. Could be anything. A dog barking. Cat walking across the yard. Ed out on the deck. Who knows? They'll be back. Where's the possums? I want to see them. You're so funny. That's just Raven. She loves the raccoons. She's a stray. She's been here for a couple of years. She doesn't get within 20 feet of either Ed or I. And she doesn't really care for the other cats, but she loves the raccoons. She's out there every night with them. And if they get here before her, she'll come running up to them and she'll start rubbing up against them. Oh, that's so funny. She's so sweet. She is a cat that loves raccoons. Nope, you see a little face. Here comes somebody. We had we didn't have, two of the females had litters of raccoons this year, and Ed said the most I think we had at one time with babies, adults and babies, was 14? Either 14 or 16, I'm not sure which. And now we have a regular 6 to 8 that come every night. It could be more because some are leaving, some are coming, but at one time the most we've seen lately are 8. So others have gone off to find their own territory. We think we lost one. It was injured and we couldn't catch it. We tried to catch it and couldn't. It had an injured paw, front paw, and it was limping for quite a while, and then we think it had probably another fall out of a tree, and it showed up and it just wasn't looking good. It was laying on the edge of the pool there, and I tried to grab it. We had a carrier already, and Ed had his big leather gloves on up to his elbows and everything, and it had enough adrenaline rush to run away from us and go up a tree, and then it wouldn't come down while we were there, so we missed our opportunity to catch that one and get it to a rehabber, and that was the last we saw of it, unfortunately. We're thinking it eventually passed away in the woods wherever its little den was, or hopefully it went peacefully, but that's nature. That's Raven. Isn't she cute? Let's look at the other view. Over here, up in the upper right-hand corner, that's a cement and brick water trough. It's like a little water pool he made for the raccoons a couple of years ago. And they get fresh water every day. And I like to go in. We make it a little deeper in the summer so they can go in and swim. And it's so funny when you get a litter of babies in there and they're all in there swimming at the same time. It's hilarious. They're so cute. They're eating dog kibble. Sometimes they'll eat the cat kibble that we put out for the cats. But since we had so many, Ed just puts out a whole ton of it. And by the morning, all of that food will be gone. There have been a couple of times where there'd be some food left in the morning when they didn't all show up like we thought they would, or it's raining or whatever. So he'll put out a little less the next night, and of course then they all show up. So you just can't predict who's going to show up, how many's going to show up, if all the food's going to be eaten. But we figured better to put out too much than not enough. If we can be feeding them, then that means that they're not rummaging through people's trash cans and possibly getting attacked by dogs and shot by ignorant people, and, you know. So they come here and they get some nutrition and they get water, clean water. Isn't that cool how they're back to back like that? They're like literally watching each other's back. It's so cute. You'll often see them do that, back up to each other, and they'll just touch sides or touch butts. Alright, another coat of varnish. There's something so satisfying and relaxing about varnish. Watching all those colors pop underneath. I love this varnish, it's my favorite. Liquitex High Gloss in the black and orange bottle. It sells out quickly at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Well, more at Michael's because they have coupons. Hobby Lobby no longer has coupons, but it does sell out quickly. It's a popular item, but you can get it on Amazon and art supply stores, online. And if you happen to be lucky enough to have one in your neighborhood. Alright, that looks good. It's like a nice even coat. And I just stuck my thumb in it. Miss any spots? I don't think so. A few bubbles. Let that dry. Puzzler, hey! Nice cats. The one sitting back by the greenhouse there, I don't know if you can see it all the way back there, the little black one, that's Raven. She's a stray. We feed 8 strays. We get them fixed. We get them all spayed and neutered and feed them. She showed up 2 years ago, and she wants nothing to do with the other cats. She wants nothing to do with us, but she loves the raccoons. If they show up before her and she sees them, she'll go running over to them, and she'll be rubbing up against them and everything. It's so cute. Doesn't like people, doesn't like cats, loves raccoons. It's hilarious. It's almost like she thinks she's one of them. The most we've had at one time tonight were 4. They come and go. Last night the most we had at one time were 8 raccoons eating. Let me move it over to the other side. Let's see if we can get a better view on what's going on in that pool. I'm just varnishing this drawing I did. Waiting for the coat to dry. This might be the final coat. I'll have to see what it looks like when it dries. I figured I'd put that down in the corner here. Whoops, something spooked them. They'll be back. Oh, that's Spot Kitty. They know Spot. They just got startled. shrink it down. Oh, okay. think that's the final coat of varnish for this. I'll see how it looks in the morning. I'll leave my options open to put on another one if I need it, but I think that's good enough. Let me see if I can get this under here. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. Neurographic art that I went a little overboard with. And I put several coats of varnish. I don't know how many, 5, 6 tonight. My gloss varnish. Thin coats, let them dry in between. So it makes the colors pop, makes them much more saturated. And it's not really showing up on camera, but there is some glitter in some of the areas. Yeah, glitter doesn't show up too good on camera unless it's out of focus. It's really the only way to get glitter to show up. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Gabby! Are you still here? Your kitty kitty. All the wise guys are here. Oh, there's poor stripy cat with his limp. We don't know what happened to him because we can't get near him. Poor stripy cat. Camera. There we go. Oh, stripy cat. This is the first time I've streamed in like forever, Gabby, if you're still here. He's not sure what he wants to do. Look, it's my episode. I have my own episode, Gabby. Anybody over there? Anybody over there? Lurking in the woods? I don't see anyone. Let's go back to the other camera. It's much clearer. The lighting's better over here. Ed's gonna get another light for the other side. Over here somewhere. Over there. It's looking pretty good. Gotta seal the edges too. That chipboard is gonna separate in time. I'll wait for this to dry. I don't know if the camera will show it. Hang on. Let me try something here. But if I can get the camera to turn that far, you can see where I am in relation to where the camera is. Okay. You see those purple flashing lights just to the right of that? The purple flashing lights my art studio. The two well-lit window and a door right next to it, on the right of it, that's my craft cabin. There's a walkthrough between the two. I'm in the craft cabin. So that's how far I am from where the raccoons are. I have a video on YouTube when I first got that craft cabin. Ed brought it home. It's just a Graceland cabin, you know, like a shed, a Graceland shed, that he put power in, and insulation and sheetrock, and painted it and set me up with workbenches and everything in here so I could make coin rings and all my crafts. And then he built onto that. He built an art studio on the other side, and that's where those purple lights are, the twinkly star lights and all. So I am way overdue for an update of that video I made, what, 10 years ago maybe? I don't know how many years ago. I got a lot of likes on that video. Alright, let's go back to raccoons. I'm hopping and skipping in. Let's try it. Right. Yeah, I think that's the final coat of varnish. I think it has enough now. Looks pretty cool. Let that sit overnight and harden. I'm gonna get out here and clean up this mess. I've got stuff everywhere. I'm gonna do a little straightening up right now. Would you like to see the state of my craft desk? I don't know how far back I can zoom. That's it. It's a mess. Glue everywhere, and paint and varnish, and everything comes out, but nothing goes away. Nothing gets put away. Now, it is time. car horn and they all take off. Except for one brave one standing there saying, "What's everybody running for?" Oh, that's a good brush. I wash that one better. That's a good brush. Do a better job of cleaning my brushes. That's a good brush too. Clean all these. And these can just go in here. Here. Get rid of that. Oh, you are still here. Yep, they are going in the pool. One's in the pool, no swimming tonight. I love the markings one has. Brownish. Yeah, they're all kind of different levels of gray and brown and blonde. Every now and then we'll get one that's like a reddish blonde. That's rare. Grandpa was kind of a blonde. He was, you know, the one we were talking about the other night. Withers and tail have ruddy brownish tinge, yeah. We can't tell which one is Mama anymore, and we're hoping she's still coming. We don't know. We can't tell her from the babies because the babies are all full grown, and she never really had any distinctive markings. The only way we could ever tell it was her was, number one, she was usually the first one to show up, and she would follow Ed into the warehouse while he was going to get the first scoop of food. She was so cute. And she only ever ate the kibble. She would never eat any of the marshmallows or cookies or anything, only the kibble. So we don't really know. I mean, the one on the far right there seems to be behaving like she behaves. I don't know. Look at him going to check out the cat. Look at him. He's getting all puffed up. He's bowing up to the cat like, "Who are you? Who are you?" Oh, that's so funny. Woo! That cat is Ringo. We gave him that name because he has a white ring on the tip of his tail. You see that? Isn't that cool? He's not one of what we consider to be our cats. He's just one of the strays that shows up late at night when we hardly ever see him. He's not like the ones that come up on the deck and expect canned food every night. You know, he keeps his distance. He was living on Tina's front porch for a while and ended up killing a nest of baby birds that was in one of her plants, her hanging planters. And then after that he disappeared. Look at, he's doing it again. See, that one's kind of reddish. Ringo's going to take a swipe. He does not like that cat. He or she, whatever it is. Look at that. Wow. I wonder what that's all about. It'll be interesting to see if any of the other cats show up, if he has the same reaction to it. They should be. I know, I love the raccoons too. Hi, Molly. That one with the reddish tail is having a little issue with that cat. He doesn't really know Ringo, I guess. And keeps walking up to sniff him and check him out, and he's all puffed up, like he's ready for a fight. So funny. Yeah, he does not like that cat. So the most we've had tonight are 4. The most we, at one time anyway. The most we had last night was 8 at one time. So we don't know if they're just all coming and going at separate times instead of showing up at the same time. None of them have really truly distinctive markings where we can tell who's who, except for, like, you know, we'll know this red one now because he's got a lot of red. And he does not like Ringo. Let's see if I can get it from the other angle. Look at this. Oh, what do we got? I wonder what the deal is. I mean, they eat with cats every night here. And Ringo's not a stranger. Is this a new raccoon? Ooh, he's got a lot of red. Ooh, we got something else going on over here. What's going on? He's just really uptight and anxious. Yep, here comes number 5. This one's a little on the light side, the light colored side. I wonder if they're from the same litter. Getting a drink over in the pool. Number 5. Let's see if any more show up. Somebody made a noise out on the deck. Ringo heard it. Didn't seem to bother the other ones. I asked Ed not to let Luna out anymore tonight. I'll let her out before I go to bed, because she runs out and she chases them. They take off and they're gone for 20 minutes. She can't get to them because she's on the other side of the fence, but they see her racing towards them and they all get spooked. I love the way they reach out with their paws and touch the food. They feel around for it. This one is just hyper vigilant. This is the one that doesn't like Ringo. No hand washing station tonight, boys. There is water in that pool. There's just only a couple of inches. He didn't fill it up. That one's getting a drink right now. Oh, he's going to sleep. Here we go again. I wonder what the deal is. Why he does not like Ringo. That has me really curious. Okay, it's dry to the touch. Just needs to harden overnight. Okay. Running out of room on the shelves here. Gotta stop buying stuff. That's not gonna happen. So pretty, yeah. They're looking towards the house here. Actually, no, they're looking down the walkway. Maybe another cat is approaching. Hang on a second. I heard a noise out on the deck here. Yep. One, two, three, four, five. Somebody's making noise. I gotta go look out on the deck and see who's making noise. What are you doing? Get out of here. You're spooping on my clothes. Oscar kitty. There was a bowl. Oh, they all ran off. There was a bowl of old cat food from this morning. There was a little bit of crumbs left on the bottom, and it was sitting on the middle table, and as he was eating it, it was rattling the bowl. And that's what they were hearing. They'll be back. It'll take a couple of minutes, but they'll calm down and come back. They're awful jumpy lately. Ever since, well, they are kind of skittish anyway. Not towards me and Ed, but, you know, from sudden sounds. But it seems like ever since all the fireworks on New Year's Eve, they've been a little extra skittish. The neighborhood sounded like a war zone. Starting to see progress on my desk. I saved too many little junky things, thinking I'm going to have a use for them. Okay, there comes number 2. So I'm getting tough with myself and throwing things out. Get rid of that. These are a wash. Okay, I have them soaking in some Dawn Power Wash and Awesome Cleaner. That might actually melt the bristles. How's my little man doing? You still here, Gabby? Oh, I'm going to bed. Okay. Give little man a kiss for me. I miss him. If anybody else is watching this, I puppy sat Gabby's dog for about a week, and they were down in Disney. And he just went back home a couple days ago, and I'm missing him. He's the cutest little thing. Very snuggly little puppy. Alright. Alright, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll see you on Marco Polo. Thanks for stopping by. At least I feel like I'm not streaming to nobody until you guys showed up. I don't know if Molly's here anymore. But if you are, Molly, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to try to stream more often now that I'm breaking the ice tonight. I haven't streamed in quite a while. If you look at my YouTube channel, it's probably been several years. But I'm still at it. I just don't think to stream. But it's fun. I enjoy doing it, and I don't feel like I'm so alone sitting out here if I'm streaming and somebody comes in the chat and talks to me. I appreciate it. And I'm not doing this for money or views or anything. I'm just doing it for fun. That's the best way, I think. It's the best way for me, I should say. Other people have different needs. And there's nothing wrong with that. Look at the way that one's sitting there, so cute. Super fluffy. Super fluffy. Let me get this one out of the way so we can see Super Fluffy. Isn't he cute? He, she, whatever. There's no way of knowing. Unless they stand up and lift their tail. Lift their skirt. We can't tell. We can tell when the females when they're nursing, because that becomes obvious. But that's late spring, early summer. Any other time you can't really tell. Unless you get a good look from behind. I'm watching. He's looking towards the house. He's so cute. In a slightly ferocious, funny kind of way. Get out of here. Getting things put away, straightened up. Glue that I can put away. Polyacrylic, where can I put you? Up there. Not the other one-ish. I have been doing so many different kinds of crafts since the last time I posted on Facebook. I think YouTube. I think the last couple of things that I put on YouTube were my coin rings, showing how I make my coin rings, and that was several years ago. But I've been doing all sorts of stuff. I do all sorts of stuff with paint and Cricut and drawing and pastels, soft pastels. What else have I been doing? Some digital art with Procreate on the iPad. I painted a giant Ed head. That's what I should do. I should do a short video of Ed's head that I painted on the warehouse. I'm actually completing it. I'm doing some raccoons and a spider web on the side of his warehouse also. So maybe when that's done, I'll do a short video of that. Because I have several followers. I don't know, 1,400? 1,500? I'm not sure. And they haven't seen a thing from me in years. I'm surprised they're still following me. But like I said, I'm trying to break the ice with streaming again. And I thought, you know, since I'm not really doing much crafting tonight, I was just varnishing this. I'd throw the raccoons up here, give people something to look at. Besides just literally watching varnish dry. Nothing too creative about that. So this is my ice-breaking stream to get me back into streaming again. Oh, and I've been doing stuff with polymer clay. Yeah, I've been doing all sorts of stuff. Wow, this almost looks neat. Almost. It makes me want to mess it up again by doing more creative stuff now that I can reach everything and see everything. And my blades for my clay sticking out over here in a dangerous kind of way. Oh, there's dust on everything too. Oh, bad Beth. Look at how I let this get so messy. I'm one of those creatives where, you know, nothing else matters when you're creating. Just, you know, all the stuff all the time, all everywhere, spread out. I've been getting some stuff from Temu. I was very resistant to Temu in the beginning. But then I saw prices and stuff that they had, and I couldn't resist. So I got some silicone paint stirrers. This is a glue spreader. It's soft, pliable glue spreader. Yeah, focus there. Silicone measuring cup. I'll probably use that for resin. This is for when you're weeding vinyl. And you know how it gets stuck on the tip of whatever tool you're weeding with? You can just take the tool. I actually got it because it's got a suction cup on it, and I thought it'd be good for holding paintbrushes and stuff. But you're supposed to, you know, go like this. Say there's a piece of vinyl stuck on the end of your tool, and just go like that, and you know, comes off and it collects it. So I'll probably end up using it for that too. Stick that onto the paintbrush holder. And all this stuff is just like a couple of bucks. $1, $2, $3. This I really like. This has got a pliable. It's not true silicone. I don't know what it's made out of. Maybe it is silicone. For paint or beads. And it's got little separators in the lid that literally fit. You know, it's a tight fit over each different compartment. So if I have acrylic paint in there, it'll keep the paint dry and clean. Well, keep it from drying out. Keep the paint wet and clean. I might get a couple more of these for beads and stuff. We'll see. This is all Temu. Plain old silicone mat. Nothing fancy, just white. And this is interesting. I thought this would be good for my beading when I'm making jewelry. This is a work mat. I don't want to put anything down on top of the thing I just varnished. Back up. Back up, Beth. I'm wearing my robe. Don't look at my robe. You see those? These close. It's a floppy silicone, but these kind of close a little tightly. So you could put things in there. These are magnetic. So if I'm, you know, using little findings, or if I'm working on something like an old clock radio, and I have little screws, I can put them in here and they won't go anywhere on these two magnetic compartments. Parts, it says this is magnetic also. So it's just a mat that has all sorts of tools and supplies going here. You can see it's got little separators here you can push them down into. These are A1, A2, A3. I don't know what that's for. What would that be for? I don't know. I guess you could use it for anything. Circuit board location area. If you were working on a circuit board, it's got a ruler on the bottom. This says circuit board location area. It's got a ruler on the bottom, and it is not in inches. It's okay. So, I mean, it's a good size, too. It's a pretty good size. So, they had all different sizes. They had ones with different types of compartments and everything, but I like this one the best. Like, this would be great for when I'm assembling earrings and, you know, making bracelets and whatever, compartments for all the beads and the little findings and places to put down my tools so things don't go rolling off. So, I really like that. I think this was $5 and change on Temu. And I got a bunch of Cricut stuff. I got Cricut blades. I got the single and double embossing tool. I got extra tips, extra blades, all different kinds. I don't know. It got me hooked. I got a waterproof apron. I got 3 new sticky mats, light stick, regular stick, and super grip stick, super sticky. So, yeah, Temu, I don't know. Like I said, I was really resistant, and then Ed kind of got me hooked. Alright, got one last raccoon walking away. Is that it for the night? Well, it's not it for the night, because when we get up in the morning, all that food will be gone, so they'll come and go, but I'm really surprised no opossums have shown up yet. We do have a couple of opossums that come here. And they're usually here 7, 8 o'clock. All right, so I think I'll call in a night. It was a good first breaking the ice stream. Best stream ever. Thank you. This is just me getting used to streaming again, getting the old equipment out. Not the old equipment, but like, you know, relearning OBS and what I can do with it. And my overhead camera still works, and, you know, trying to figure out the overlays again. It's been years. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. But because I didn't have anything to really craft tonight, I figured I'd throw the raccoons up here and just put my... Literally, if you watch this whole thing, you would have just been watching varnish dry, which is no better than just sitting and watching paint dry. Because that's all I was doing down in the corner here, was putting on several coats of varnish. So I said, oh, let me throw the raccoons up there. At least it's something to look at. So now that I've got this under my belt, I'll be streaming more often. All the different kinds of crafts I do, and just hanging out. Somebody to hang out with me. I can dig it. Keep crushing it, Beth. Thank you. Yeah, I'll keep the raccoons up there, you know, while I'm streaming. I'll have either a, you know, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing something interesting here, this will be the big screen, and the raccoons will be up in the corner. But if I'm not doing anything too exciting, at least you have options of things to look at. When it gets too boring, you can look at the other. But the baby raccoons start showing up usually around June. And that's hilarious. They all of them, if there's a litter of five, all five of them come tumbling out of the woods at the same time, running over each other, tripping over each other. It's hilarious. They're just so little and so cute. Oh, who's that? Is that Mini-Me? I think Morris is in the house, so that can't be Morris. We have two orange cats. I'm not sure which is which anymore because Mini-Me got pretty big. Yeah, it's got to be Mini-Me. Morris would not be eating. Let's look at the other camera. Morris would not be eating dog kibble. Yeah, that's Mini-Me. So as you can see, I have a couple of cameras. I can control them with my phone. He's sweet. He's a sweet cat. I'll show you quickly where I am in relation to this pad with all the food on it. I gotta go to the regular no, I gotta go to Raccoon 2. Raccoon 2. I will move the camera and show you where I'm at. Okay, Raccoon 2 is over here. Okay, so now I can move this camera a little bit over there. Oop, wrong way. That's the woods. I'll get it. Just bear with me. First time streaming in a while. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay. There's the house. That's the deck and the house. Those two bright lights on the right side of that pole is where I am right now. I turn this off. Okay. Where I just turned off the light over there, that's my art studio. That's the art studio. There's a little walkthrough between the art studio and the cabin on the right, so it's all connected, but the cabin is still sort of separate, and that's where I do the crafting and the coin rings and the New York City subway token rings. I make rings out of coins. I do all sorts of stuff. I am an ADHD crafter. I jump from thing to thing. I make jewelry. I use polymer clay. I do painting. I do soft pastels. I work with crickets. I have two crickets. I just got that big cricket, new one they just came out with. So I'm going to be playing around with that. And I also do some digital art on Procreate on my iPad. So if I get bored with one thing, then I work on another. This is something that I created on my iPad. This is Ed. This is my Ed. Okay, he's wearing a cap. You see the reflection of the flag in his glasses, right? Now I made this in Procreate on my iPad, uploaded it to my computer, printed it out on the big Cricut that I just got for Christmas on this poster board. I'm going to trim it down and mount it on some foam core and just put it, and I hand painted all the color. All that did was, all the Cricut did was the outline. It just drew the outline for me to fill in. And so I painted that. I'm going to varnish that, light spray of the UV varnish, and mount that and stick it somewhere in my art studio. But this is Ed, so I call this Patriotic Ed Head. What happened was, for the 4th of July, he had me get some temporary spray paint for hair, and I sprayed the two sides of his beard for red, white, and blue. So for the 4th of July, this was several years ago. Now, I always wanted to do a large one, so I did it. So yeah, I'm into all sorts of art and crafting stuff, and always something different. Alright, let's get back to the raccoons, shall we? Let's see who's over here. Okay, all we have is one cat. Which cat is that? Is that Spot? That's Spot Kitty. The lighting is better from this side. We're going to be getting lighting for that other side. Ed is going to be getting some light poles in a couple of days, and he's going to set up some lights over here by the greenhouse, so we have light coming from this direction also. So it'll also make the picture better it won't be so, what do you call it? Grainy when you get the better light like that. That's Spot. She's so sweet. She's a tiny little cat. She's got beautiful green eyes. Alright, no raccoons. They're done for the night, so I guess I'm done for the night. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate the company, because that's all I'm really doing is for, just the fun and the company. Because hanging out by yourself in an art studio all day, while I do love it, it can feel a little isolating sometimes. And it's just nice to have people to chat with. So that's the only reason I'm doing this. Just to hang out and have somebody hang out with me. So thanks for coming by. Have a good night. And I'll be streaming again soon on YouTube and Twitch. Beady-eyed Beth on both. And I also have the Facebook page. I'm not going to stream so much on the Facebook page, I don't think. We'll see. I might do all three because I'm using Restream and I can do multi-platform streaming with it, so we'll see. All right. Have a good night. Thank you.